the Total Sports Network with the TNT Monster Truck Challenge in Charleston, West Virginia, the beautiful Charleston Civic Center, and the all-new Wild Hair for 1990. This is Marvin Smith. He drove the Stomper in years previous. A new image for Marvin Smith, a new truck, a new paint design, and Marvin says 1990 is going to be the year of the wild thing, the Wild Hair. And Thunder Chicken will line up beside him here at the Charleston Civic Center. The brand new Wild Hair ready to go into action against Kid Rarick's Thunder Chicken out of Pennsylvania. Smith in trouble at the end of the course and into the wall at the Charleston, West Virginia Civic Center. Marvin Smith and Wild Hair taking out the wall in Charleston, West Virginia, and there you see the damage as Marvin came through it. Wow, what a run and what a way to start 1990. Brand new truck, and that's not the way Marvin Smith wanted to indoctrinate it, but maybe that kind of shows us the attitude that Smith is going to enter 1990 with, going all out every inch of the way, every time out, this time a little bit too far. Here it is again. Smith coming at you now. Hits the cars, and you can see he kind of wheel stands, everything on the back. As he comes down, Smith was just unable to get it back under control. Veering off to the right side of the course, and bam, into the wall at the end of the Charleston Civic Center as the Wild Hair almost came through. The safety barricades actually did their job, or it would have been much worse for Marvin Smith and Wild Hair. He might have come completely through the thing. As we see him rolling out, it doesn't look like a substantial amount of damage to the Wild Hair. Chris Chapman's working her way back into the pits. She's going to have a word with Marvin Smith to see exactly what happened with the Wild Hair as the work goes on inside to repair the building.
Marvin, not a very fun way to start 1990.
You know, Chris, I thought I kind of enjoyed it. I mean, I didn't enjoy the ride, but at least, like I said, when we came out, we put on the show. That's what we're here for. That's what we're going to do.
Put on a show indeed. There you see him again, getting way up in the air. Kind of looks like he just got off of a music video with that wild-looking Wild Hair, and he gave him a wild ride in Charleston. Marvin Smith showing us a brand new truck and maybe a brand new ride in 1990. The Wild Hair, there you see some damage to the back of the Wild Hair. They'll tear away the bumper there. So Marvin Smith and Wild Hair with some problems right off the bat in Charleston, West Virginia. Clydesdale coming out. Bennett Clark out of Powder Springs, Georgia, side by side with Dave Wysorek's Nightlife. Wysorek the winner of one of the biggest races of 1989 in the Houston Amsterdam. Very, very close between Wysorek and Bennett Clark, old rivals. These guys saw each other a lot in '89, and in 1990 they start off. Let's get a look at it once again and see if you can determine who actually won the race by a look at the video camera. Coming to the finish, and watch where the finish line poles are. There you see it, and indeed, it did appear that by just the slenderest of margins, the victory went to Bennett Clark's Clydesdale. And it's kind of unique because actually getting off the cars first was Nightlife, but you got to hit that finish line first. The Mopar Magic and Gary Wiggins then putting away Buffalo Tremor by a full length. Mopar Magic may be one of the most improved trucks in 1990. Gary Wiggins has started this year off with an impressive victory as he is able to get the win and put away Buffalo Tremor and John Kwasniewski, who a lot of people have high hopes for. Steve Wilkie, a man in a hot seat, replacing Rod Litzow in USA 1. But right now, he's not worried about trying to live up to that reputation. He's just worried about trying to be able to run it all. USA 1 is on fire at the starting line, unable to get her started. It's transmission problems and fire coming from underneath. A disgusted Steve Wilkie apparently is not going to be able to run here at Charleston, West Virginia Civic Center. So Wilkie, who is dying to get out there and show that he is the driver to take USA 1 to the 90s, will be throttled this night in Charleston, West Virginia. Chris Chapman going to get a chance to spend some time with a disgusted Steve Wilkie. There, whoa, there you see the blaze. No hot dogs, a little fire extinguisher to put it out. Wilkie unhappy. The 1988 world champion, not starting 1990 as he'd hoped.
Steve, how do you feel? You get all the way to the line and then a torque converter blows and you're out.
this is TV, Chris. I can't. Of course, it's disheartening. We were strong. You know, we'll be back tomorrow, but it's a sport. That's all I can say, really.
Now, you're a little concerned that you got to the line and then you were pulled off the line. Tell me about that.
Well, the rules say you have to bring the truck to the line, okay? And if you read between the lines, that means the light has to go green. The light didn't go green. I couldn't move. We dumped tranny fluid in, tried several things, and I couldn't move. So I feel they're going to take the round money and, you know, whatever goes along with the light going green, so to speak.
Wilkie just trying to make his case for being at the starting line. He could have received points as well as money in a losing cause, but as it is, he doesn't even get an opportunity to run in the second round. Now, Wild Hair coming out against the Clydesdale. Marvin Smith getting it repaired after smacking the wall, returns as a fast loser to take on Clydesdale, who you saw just a moment ago, barely edging Nightlife in their matchup in the first round. Marvin Smith and Wild Hair could be the story of this event if he's able to get a win over the Clydesdale. You can kind of see how the bumper was smashed up against the grill there. That was where he hit the wall earlier. Now, against Bennett Clark. And the Wild Hair dominates it. The fans going nuts in the Charleston Civic Center. They love to see a guy come back from a little adversity, and I'll tell you, this may be a truck that gained popularity this year. The kids love the paint style, and Marvin Smith has certainly taken his driving style up a notch. Very impressive with a comeback win over Clydesdale. The Outlaw, the big Ford, out to take on the Nightlife Chevrolet. Nightlife back as a fast loser, but Outlaw has done a lot of talking at the end of 1989, and now is his opportunity to start backing it up. Mike Wine out of Pennsauken, New Jersey, in the Outlaw. Mike Wine delights in beating Chevrolets, and he got it done right there. The Nick Rossi-owned Ford out of Pennsauken, New Jersey, advances into the semifinal round with a victory over Nightlife and Dave Wysorek. Here you see it again, the all-new paint scheme, the good-looking Outlaw getting about a tire-length victory over the Nightlife Chevrolet. Gravedigger, the most popular monster truck in the world, out against Mopar Magic. Dennis Anderson started 89, dominating the points race, faded later on. This is the first points race in 1990. And again, he looks like he could be dominant. Dennis Anderson gets the victory over a home state guy, Gary Wiggins and Mopar Magic. We're going to watch the Digger once again as he picks up the victory. Dennis Anderson lights on with a big win. The semifinals in Charleston coming right up on ESPN. Moving to the semifinal round of TNT Monster Truck Racing action at the Charleston, West Virginia Civic Center. The Major League of Monster Trucks invading Charleston, and the Outlaw squares off with the Thunder Chicken in the semi. After bragging his way out of 1989, Mike Wine backing it up to start 1990 as he has worked his way into the Monster Smash Final. Mike Wine and the Outlaw putting away Kid Rarick's Thunder Chicken in the semifinal round. Here we'll see it again. The Outlaw hitting the cars in great shape. Gets a little bit too much air, but not enough to hurt him. And Thunder Chicken kind of stuck that nose down. That cost him. The win goes to the Outlaw.
1990 looks like it's going to be great. Jersey Outlaw has gone into the final. Thank you very much. How did it feel to you out there?
Feels fantastic. You back into the finals. It's been since the middle of last year that we've not had no problems, and the truck's been running fantastic, and I'm pumped up and ready.
How about this kid Raring? He's for real, though, isn't he? When you go up against him, you got your hands full.
You don't give Thunder Chicken no slack. All night long, we were a tenth of a second apart. Right there, the tenth of a second was just too close to call.
Well, the first final of 1990 is going to be coming up in a minute, and you're going to be there. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
We know the Outlaw Ford will be in the Monster Smash Final. His opponent, either the all-new Wild Hair or the awesome Gravedigger. Outstanding semifinal matchup. Wild Hair building popularity, building strength, trying really to become the kind of an all-out wild driver that Dennis Anderson is. Let's see. Not there yet. Wild Hair impressive in Charleston, but not enough to get by Dennis Anderson and the Gravedigger. So it's Digger and Outlaw in the Monster Smash Final, night number 1 in Charleston, West Virginia on the TNT Monster Truck Challenge. Gravedigger, you may remember in 1989, especially in the last half of the year, suffered a lot of breakage. They're underneath looking at it, but he's holding together and will make it to the Monster Smash Final. Obviously, this is not the tired and worn Gravedigger that ended '89. Dennis Anderson has that truck refurbished and ready to go in 1990. Now, also this first weekend of 1990, the monster trucks are in Birmingham, Alabama. The semifinal round there on the first night features the defending world champion Equalizer and David Morris against Mad Dog and a new aggressive Bob Breen. Bob Breen taking over for Brother John, and look at this. He upsets the Equalizer. A stunning development in Birmingham. The other semifinal, Awesome Kong is back on the TNT Monster Truck Challenge and back with an exclamation point. He blows away King Crunch and Scott Stevens. That sets up a final of Awesome Kong against Mad Dog. Welcome back, Awesome Kong. Indeed, Steve Kane says, hey, TNT Monster Trucks, look at me. I'm back, and I'm going to challenge for the world title. Awesome Kong wins it in Birmingham. Who will win it in Charleston? We're about to find out. The Monster Smash. Dennis Anderson's Gravedigger Chevrolet against the Outlaw Ford and Mike Wine. The rivalry of the 90s. Opens with a Gravedigger victory. Anderson puts away the Ford. Dennis gets the win. Gravedigger starts out 1990 1-for-1. Can he make it 2-for-2 in Charleston? We're going to find out when we come back on ESPN. The second day of Monster Truck Racing action in Charleston, West Virginia on the TNT Monster Truck Challenge brought back the same competitors who had gone at it tooth and nail the first night in Charleston. Gravedigger was certainly in great shape. He had picked up a victory and had not damaged the equipment. But in the qualifying round, Wild Hair maybe tried to send him a message. Watch the end of this race. Contact between Wild Hair and Gravedigger as they get together at the end of the track, and Marvin Smith just saying, hey, you may have beat me, but I know you're there, big boy. And the Wild Hair is not going to back off from Digger one iota in 1990. Let's watch him again. Actually, it's Digger who kind of veers off the course at the end, but Marvin Smith says, okay, Dennis, hello. Let me introduce myself. I'm the brand new Wild Hair, but Digger is looking good. What would happen after qualifying? They come back to meet side by side in the first round. Now again, they had just bumped at the end of the qualification run. We'll see what happens in their actual side-by-side race where the loser goes on the truck for the night and the winner comes back to the second round. Gravedigger, Wild Hair, Dennis Anderson against Marvin Smith, the superstar and the budding star, ready to go head-to-head. Green light. Outstanding race. Wild Hair gave him all he wanted, but Dennis Anderson gets the job done. Gravedigger so far undefeated side by side in 1990. He put away everybody the first night and comes back with a first round victory the second night of racing in Charleston, West Virginia. My colleague Army Armstrong down trackside to get over and talk with Dennis Anderson about a great start on night number 2 in Charleston, West Virginia. Army, take it away.
Well, Dennis, the qualifying session was super. You come right back, you draw him in the first round. I just can't believe it.
Yeah, I know, neither could I, because I knew Marvin, he's out to get me, and Marvin's running good. He's got a new fiberglass body on his truck. He's running good. I knew I was going to have to run hard, so I gave it what I had.
What goes through your mind as a driver on that? I mean, that is scary. You got 12,000-pound vehicle running 35, 40 mile an hour at another man's wall. 20 minutes ago, you guys got together, you come back, you pair up again, and you go right back at it like two mean old bulldogs.
Yeah, well, that's what we got to do is we got to get out there and run as hard as we can and try to stop. That wall always wins.
You won last week. You're the national points leader right now, Dennis, a position you've been in before. Can this be the year where you're going to hang on and win this thing?
I hope so. I really think so, you know, because we've worked on the truck a lot. You know, we didn't have much time. You know, our points started out a lot earlier this year. We didn't have a lot of time to do things that I wanted to do, but the truck seems to be working good for us right now.
Hang in there. You got the hot hand. We'll see you in the next round.
All right, thanks a lot.
The Outlaw comes out against an upstart, Pony Express, Anthony Fortier. Watch this New Jersey kid as he pulls a huge surprise. The Outlaw Ford got to the finals in night number 1. Mike Wine is very cocky, maybe overconfident. Let's find out. Watch the Pony Express. The Pony Express Mustang stuns them in Charleston. Outlaw looking good, running strong. Thought he was the baddest Ford in Charleston, but on this night, Anthony Fortier had a little something to say about it. Pony Express shocks him, and the Outlaw is put away for the night. The kid from New Jersey will be going into the semifinal round. Fortier gets that helmet off. We'll come over to talk with Army Armstrong after really pulling the biggest upset so far in this weekend at Charleston, West Virginia. Let's see how the kid feels about knocking off the Outlaw. Army, he's yours.
Well, it looks like the Mac tools are working for you on that rascal tonight. You're laying down some super shots out here.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good. It's all running good. Everything's coming together all in one shot. I had a real bad night last night. Put it all back together. I seem to be doing good. I hope to take it all the way.
You run a lot of exhibition stuff all around the country. This is the first opportunity I've had to see you actually race with these TNT monster trucks. How do they stack up? Are they what you thought they would be as far as being tough?
There's a couple of them that I don't think I really got a chance against, but I'll just give it my best. There's a lot of guys out there that are strong running guys. They do it for a living. It's a hobby for me. I'd like to make it a living. We're working at it.
Tell you what, you've impressed a whole lot of people. Good luck in that next round.
Thank you, Arnold.
The Pony Express hopes to impress some more on this night in Charleston, West Virginia. But the Gravedigger's still alive. We're coming back with a semifinal round in just a moment. Stay tuned to TNT action on ESPN. He has moved his racing operation to Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina. Pretty appropriate for the Gravedigger. Another North Carolinian is Mopar Magic. Gary Wiggins hails from Williamston, North Carolina. Gravedigger, Mopar, it's the semifinals. And it's a Gravedigger victory. Dennis Anderson puts away Gary Wiggins, and for the second night in a row at Charleston, West Virginia Civic Center, the Digger will be going in to the Monster Smash Final. Dennis Anderson's legions of fans not being disappointed. Charleston, West Virginia, 2 for 2 as far as getting to the finals. Can he make it 2 wins in a row? Army's going to talk to him about another final. Army, what's he got to say after that run?
Dennis Anderson going to the finals, second night in a row, but every one of these guys that you're running against will do anything they can to beat you. It's almost a love-hate relationship, and you're not on the love end of it by any means.
No, that's right, Army. I mean, every time I line up, I know nobody's going to cut the Gravedigger any slack, so I got to give it all.
Does it feel good to you tonight?
Yeah, man, I'm feeling good.
These people in Charleston are loving every minute of it. We'll see you in that final.
Great. We'll see you later.
Isolated on Dennis Anderson's Gravedigger. Boy, I'll tell you, he is running so strong to start off 1990. And again, so much breakage for him in the second half of '89. He has just got to be walking on clouds of confidence right now because Dennis never believes he can be beat if his equipment holds together. Couple of surprises here in the other semifinal. Kid Rarick's Thunder Chicken, Anthony Fortier, the kid from New Jersey, Pony Express. Here they go. Pony Express, not a regular on the TNT Tour, has shocked the field. He'll go to the final and meet the Gravedigger head-to-head. Let's watch it again. The Pony Express on the right side of your screen. Very impressive victory for the kid out of New Jersey. Anthony Fortier gets a crack at the Gravedigger, and I'll tell you, very good-looking young kid. The girls love him, and a lot of guys are liking the way that truck's running.
The crowd's really getting into it. You're going to be going into the final representing the Ford camp. How's it feel to you out there?
It feels good. It feels real good. Going up against a strong competitive. I'm going to give it my best, and I'm hoping to come out ahead of the game.
In our last interview, you brought out the point that you're not a professional. You don't do this for a living. There's some trucks here you're kind of worried about. Is the Gravedigger one of the trucks you're worried about?
Yeah, he's one of the big ones. ones that I've always feared, and now I'm going to see what I can do against them.
Does he have a psychological advantage over you, or can you put him away, or are you conceding that he's going to beat you?
I don't think anybody's going to beat me. I have a mind. I go out and race, and I'm going to go out full all out. I'm not going to let nothing come between me and first place. I'm going to do my best.
Dennis Anderson is used to being a crowd favorite, and he will be the crowd favorite as they stand for this final in Charleston, West Virginia. But make no mistake about it, there have got to be a lot of people pulling for the upstart, the Pony Express. And he shocks the monster truck racing world. The Pony Express and Anthony Fortier head-to-head beats the Gravedigger in the final in Charleston, West Virginia. And Ford fans who are extremely loyal to their make have got to be loving this one. One of everybody's favorite Chevrolet trucks, the Chevy panel van of Dennis Anderson and the Gravedigger, losing in the final to the kid from New Jersey, Anthony Fortier. Look at this. He gets a big hug from another Ford guy, outlaw owner Nick Rossi. What a big, big victory. As you look underneath of the Gravedigger, they're working on that truck already, trying to get it set to go in a third run, which will be coming up at Charleston, West Virginia. But right now, the story is Anthony Fortier. Let's look at it again on replay. The very heavy Pony Express, I think, had an advantage with extra weight. He stayed low to the car and pulls the upset.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you believe in magic? Congratulations, a dream come true. That's exactly what this is, isn't it?
Very much. Very much. I don't even know what to say, Arvin.
You're sitting here just shaking just like a leaf on a tree. All these people love you. You've done a great job. You showed us. You built a monster truck that can run with the best of them. Congratulations.
It's not just me. It's not just me. My partner deserves just as much credit as me, Vinny. We did it. I don't know what to say. Thank you. Thank you, Armin.
An excited young man, and well, he should be, but Dennis Anderson certainly is not happy about this turn of events in Charleston. He got beat.
Dennis, a huge upset by any standards.
Yeah, it is. I tell you, it really ticked me off. I came off the line kind of hard. I had to get out of the motor and jump back in it. And I know my truck will beat Pony Express. The Pony Express has been running good, but I just couldn't pull it off tonight.
That wraps up the first 2 days of racing in 1990 from Charleston, West Virginia, but we're not ready to leave the West Virginia state capitol just yet. Chris, what's up for us next week here on ESPN?
Well, Scott, we're going to be taking a look at the third and final day of racing here in Charleston, and then we'll be moving on to Memphis, Tennessee, where the trucks you saw here in Charleston will be joining the number 1 and 2 trucks of 1989, that being the Equalizer and the Carolina Crusher.
The world champion back in action here on ESPN next week. We can't wait to bring it to you. For Chris Chapman, I'm Scott Douglas. We'll see you next week with the TNT Monster Truck Challenge right here on ESPN.